Want to know the difference between dreaming and doing? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a warrior. Want to know what it means to be a warrior? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and walk a mile in a warrior's shoes. Tech goes by many names. Business, fine art, forensic science. Some think it's just technical. But really, tech means everything. Scholarships, internships, championships. It's professors who make time for you one-on-one. It's putting everything on the line. It can be fierce. It can be fascinating. It can be awesome. Most important, it's believing in yourself and what you have to offer the world. Because at Indiana Tech, warriors are prepared to lead a significant life.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
My name is Kian Ching.
I am Solomon Long. We are electrical engineering students at Indiana Tech and will be graduating May of 2021.
For electrical engineering, I gained an interest through robotics in high school, actually. And I got to know the mechanical engineering side of robotics, then I got to learn the electrical side, and I kind of learned that I like the electrical side a little better than the mechanical side.
I actually relate it back to cooking when I was younger. Find a meal that I like, tear it apart, and figure out what aspect about it that I liked and see if I could recreate it at home. And I sort of took that logical mindset of taking something that's interesting, breaking it apart, and putting it back together. And I found out then that that's basically what engineering is. So we decided to pursue this project because it was sort of interesting. It was definitely difficult, but we hadn't seen somebody else do this before.
Well, our project is basically a human detection device that detects human footsteps within a certain radius. The general functionality of our device is it takes in frequency waves from anything around, and then we coded it onto the device where it just calculates and filters out anything that's not a footstep. And then from there, it just kind of calculates where the location is through a neat function called multilateration, which is a whole math theory and everything.
Yeah, so the process itself basically just takes data from a person walking around. It takes that data mixed with all the noise from the environment and filters it out using the code and filters the device itself, determines what signal is actually a person versus what was noise, then uses the delay between all of the sensors to find out where that person is located.
From my knowledge, the marketability of this product would be more towards the security side and marketing side, actually. So for security side, it's more of a discrete surveillance system versus like a camera in a room where someone can see it, versus our sensing device that you can put under like a table where nobody can see it. And then it can also do like heat mapping and population traffic to determine like in a room where the most visited place is.
So during the first semester of Senior Project, or Senior Project 1, we basically were just going through research, trying to figure out what project we actually wanted to talk about, what project we wanted to do. Once the project was decided, then the rest of the semester was research. And then senior project 2 is where we actually really started going through and building the device.
We had the components that we wanted, and then we just went in with design iterations. We went in with all kind of just trial and error, trying to make something work, spending hours and hours in this lab.
So to break the process down to actually manufacture our device, what we decided to do was first start with what sensors we needed, what microcontrollers we needed, how we were going to hook everything up. To actually assemble the project, first we decided on how big the project was going to be, how much room it should take up, got all the dimensions of all the components, the microcontroller, the sensors, the chip, all of that, the battery. Then took that design, wired all the controllers and everything up onto a prototyping board, the filters, the microcontroller, the sensors, put it all together, and then just kind of temporarily mounted it to the device to actually prototype.
And then for the actual functionality of making all these components work together, it kind of was just all cored into the coding, which we used for coding MATLAB and also C++ coding. And then from that, we used kurtosis, which is kind of like a probabilities and statistics theory. Then from that, we used the time of arrivals and the time difference of arrivals of the actual wave. And then from that, we took that data in and put into multilateration, which is kind of like the core bread and butter of the entire project, where it determined where the location of that person was from the time differences of the wave to the sensors. I would say for issues that we've encountered and kind of just failures and prototypes, it became very apparent that the time difference and having everything really close was kind of an issue. And then we decided for our last prototype that we built was going to be increasing the distance between the sensors so that we didn't have to work as close with the time differences.
Yeah, a lot of our device revolved around that time difference of arrival or time of arrivals.
Mm-hmm.
And that ended up, the faster that we could sample, the more accurate we'd be able to actually take that data.
Overall, in at least for me, what I used from my other classes for this project was coding skills. I also learned that drawing schematics and just drawing out ideas and just throwing out ideas end up creating better ideas than trying to find that perfect idea to start with. For me, on a personal level, I'm very much a computer science guy. I really like to code. So being able to see my code that I wrote actually do what I want is always fulfilling in itself.
When the project was done, that first moment there, just feeling that huge thing it works.
Yeah.
And as soon as it worked, that was just that was super, super fun.
Yeah.
I really appreciated Indiana Tech for a lot of the professors that have been around. I know Zach, Rumsey, Professor Byers, all three of them have been huge supports. They've been super encouraging. They've been super nice. Having them help, that was definitely something that I really appreciated about Tech. As excited as I am to graduate, I will miss all the friends and all the teachers that I have, but I am ready to move on and to continue working in the actual industry where I can not just better myself, but potentially create something to better someone else.
For me, as much as I've enjoyed my time at Tech, I would like to just be able to take this opportunity to use this as a stepping stone for my next step in life, which is going to be starting my career and using what I've learned here to be able to better the world.
You want to know what's possible at Indiana Tech? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a warrior. You want to know what's possible at Indiana Tech? Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a warrior.
Welcome in, everybody, to the Schaefer Center Klein Court here in Fort Wayne, Indiana, home of your Indiana Tech Warriors. Entering today with a 7-4 record overall, 3-0 in Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference play. They are coached by Ted Albert, who's in his 5th season with the team. And they will be hosting the University of Michigan Dearborn Wolverines. 1-6 overall, 1-3 in WAC conference play. They are coached by Dominic Polachicchio, who's in his first season. Their last time out, lost to Madonna, 82-59. Back to Indiana Tech. Won 2 games at the NEIA The Show, beating Union 67-50 and Warner University 58-54. Warriors are currently on a 4-game win streak after having lost their last time here at the Schaefer Center 74-65 against Lords. Coach Albert notched his 100th career win on Sunday against Warner. He's the 4th coach in program history to win 100 games at Tech, joining Jason Klein, Dan Klein, Bob Macy, and Murray Mendenhall Jr. The Warriors are 26-4 since 2006 against the Wolverines and have won their last 4 games in the series, but did not play last year due to COVID-19. Tech has won its last 4 games and finished November with a 6-3 record. Josh Klein is 6th in the WAC in field goal percentage at 60% and points, scoring 146 on the season, while Raj Stein is 4th in the conference in points with 165 and 7th in points per game at 15. The Wolverines have lost their last 3 games and went just 1-4 in the month of November. And they also had 2 games canceled. UM-Dearborn is making its 2nd trip to Fort Wayne this season as they lost to number 2 ranked St. Francis 117-58 back on October the 27th. The Mason Blues are playing their 4th road game of the season and have not won a road game yet. Jimmy Bro is 7th in the WAC in offensive rebounds per game at 2.4 and 14th in rebounds per game at 6.0. The last meeting between these 2 squads was back on February the 19th, 2020, with Tech winning it 83-67. My name is Jeff Mahoney, and joining me is Tyler Sinclair in the booth. And Tyler, how about that last win for Indiana Tech over UM-Dearborn? Boy, nearly 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was obviously a great game for Tech as they took that one 83-67. And it was almost completely different Warriors squad that we saw come out in that game, as the only reigning members of the team that played in that game were Mckinney, Lairman, Luciani, and Davison. Mckinney had himself a game last time they faced off with 21 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. So obviously he's going to be a focal point for UM-Dearborn's defense if they have any memory from that game 2 years ago. But another thing that UM-Dearborn seemed to struggle with last time out against the Warriors was their three-point shooting. So we'll see if over the last 2 years they've been working on that a little bit, and see if that won't be such a point of interest for UM-Dearborn tonight.
Yeah, you talk about Lukas Lyskey. He's playing some of his best basketball of the season. Most recently, scoring 11 points against Union, 10 points against Warner. He's a big man for Indiana Tech. Like you said, was on that team that last played this UM-Dearborn squad. A senior at 6'10", 230 pounds. And leading Indiana Tech once again in scoring is Raj Stein, averaging 15 points per game. Grant Smith, the senior guard, averaging 7.2 rebounds per game. Corey Mckinney, who was the WAC Defensive Player of the Year a year ago, averaging 2.7 assists per game. Lairman, 60% shooting from the field. Helm leads the team behind the arc, shooting 56%. And Max Perez is still perfect from the free throw line, shooting 100%. Just 2 of 2 from the charity stripe, though, on the season.
And as you said, the reigning Defensive Player of the Year, Corey Mckinney, He's had himself quite the season so far on the defensive end, as he's averaging 3.7 rebounds per game, which doesn't seem like a lot, but as a guard in such a height-dominated sport, it's something you got to give him a cap to. And he also has 1.7 steals per game for this Warriors squad, so he does a great job at forcing those turnovers and then also grabbing the ball when those turnovers come awry.
Yeah, at Indiana Tech last year, winning the WAC conference tournament. Josh Klein was first team all-conference. Grant Smith was also first team all-conference, along with Raj Stein. So Indiana Tech filling it up there with the accolades. Mckinney, the defensive player of the year, was also second team all-conference and obviously made the all-defensive team. So Max Perez was on the all-freshman team last year for the WAC conference. Folks, we're going to send it down to Tyler Stevenson for our starting lineups.
Once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Klein Court, the Schaefer Center, for the second game of our doubleheader between the UM-Dearborn Wolverines and your Indiana Tech Warriors. Let's get right to the starter lineup. First, for the visitors of UM-Dearborn, a 6'2" junior, number 1, Elwood Tomlinson. A 6'3" sophomore, number 5, Maurice Anderson. A 6'7" sophomore, number 10, Jimmy Bro. A 5'10" sophomore, number 13, Ryan Len. And a 6' junior, number 25, Vaishon Munson. Assistant coaches for the Wolverines are Donald Baxter, and Cameron Bach, the head coach, Dominic Polachico. And now the starting lineup for your Indiana Tech Warriors. A 6'6" redshirt senior from Connersville, Indiana, number 1, Grant Smith. A 6'6" senior from Kalamazoo, Michigan, number 2, Raj Stein. A 6'1" senior from South Bend, Indiana, Corey Mckinney. A 5'11" sophomore from Grand Rapids, Michigan, number 5, Max Perez. And a 6'9" senior from McConnell, Pennsylvania, number 22, Josh Klein. Assistant coaches for the Warriors are Dr. Wilson, Kenton Aubrey, and Josh Beckman. And the head coach is Ted Albert.
So there we have it, folks. Grant Smith, Raj Stein, Corey McKinney, Max Perez, and Josh Klein, your starters for Indiana Tech, once again on a 4-game winning streak. Tech with the 7-4 overall record. Looking at the conference standings there in the WAC. Cornerstone University in first place, and they are ranked number 25 in the latest poll, which came out earlier today. Lawrence Tech is 4-0 in conference play. Madonna at 3-1, Aquinas 3-2, and Tech at 3-2. So there's your top 5 programs in the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference.
And as we take a look at the starters here for Indiana Tech, you can really just see why these guys are in the position that they're in, as Stein, Klein, Smith, and McKinney are all leaders for this team in one stat category or another.
And quickly down low, it's Josh Klein with the first 2 points of the game for Indiana Tech. It was Corey McKinney taking the tip. They're going to hand it off to number 5 down low. Big block by Grant Smith from behind. That was Maurice Anderson, a sophomore guard.
And some great teamwork on the defense there, as Klein backed him down, gave him no shot, heavily contested, and then Smith comes in, seals the deal, and just smacks that ball out of bounds.
That was Elwood Tomlinson with the inbounds pass. He has the ball now. He's the team's leading scorer, averaging 15.5 points per game while shooting 40% from the field. That shot barely got off by Vaishon Munson. Munson's number 3 on the team, averaging 11 points per game.
Even though it didn't result in the basket, a great feed there from Grant Smith to start the fast break to Raj Stein.
So Grant Smith to inbound. They had a big block on the defensive end. As you said, a very versatile player. He'll catch the pass and miss from 14 feet. Raj Stein, offensive board. Klein cleans it up.
hoping he might flush that one in, but goes for the more reliable play with the layup.
Klein second on the team in scoring, averaging 13.3 points per game. That shot off the mark by Anderson. Going the other way with Mckinney. Left-hand dribble drive, finishes with the right.
So quick and just efficient with his shot there. Shows why he's averaging 9.5 points per game coming into today's matchup.
That's Ryan Lynn in the backcourt, a sophomore guard at 5'10" out of Canton, Michigan. Giving it up over to Munson. Tomlinson, a junior at 6'2" from Kissimmee, Florida. It's again the team's leading scorer. Throws it up with the right, too strong. Mckinney with the board. Tech quickly up in this game, 6-0. Smith, no-look pass. And Klein's going to be fouled down on the block. That was Maurice Anderson picking up the foul.
Oh, and just a beautiful drop pass there from Grant Smith to find Josh Klein open. Unluckily, UM-Dearborn's defense caught on to it a little quickly and managed to get on over and stop that shot from going in.
Klein hits the first, shooting 67% from the free throw line on the season, hitting 34 of 51 entering today. Second's good as well. So Warriors coming out to an 8-0 lead. You know, Tyler, last time we were here, it was kind of disappointing. They were up by 8 at the half, ended up losing to Lords. But, man, they've won 4 games in a row and getting Coach Albert his 100th win.
You know, right there, I guess they're showing that heart, that hustle that they got to go up with now after having that tough loss. As this is a very talented roster, and they have no right to be losing close games, especially ones where they did have leads. So
Jimmy Bro going to pick up the foul. Grant Smith to shoot a pair.
And Grant Smith, one of the leaders for Indiana Tech in free throws. He's actually 31 for 38 now on the season. Make that 32 for 39. Extremely high clip with so many attempted shots. So obviously he's in the gym in his free time.
And a turnover by the Wolverines. That's Troy Campbell, sophomore out of Lincoln Park, Michigan.
And the Wolverines looking very flustered here to start the game. A lot of sloppy plays. That last one dribble off his own feet and out of bounds. Got to fix that up if they want to come back in this game. Looks like Raj Stein has some sort of laceration on his finger there. Don't like it when you bleed on the court, so gonna get the trainer to patch him up a little bit there.
And remember, folks, we will be back here at the Schaefer Center this Saturday for a doubleheader. 1 p.m. the women taking on UNOH. And following that game will be the men taking on the University of Northwestern Ohio. UNOH currently with a 2-7 overall record, 1-3 in the conference as Klein's heading back to the free throw line.
And I don't know if you saw it, but I saw some fire in Klein's eyes there as he got some space under the basket. He looked like he was about to rip the rim a little bit, but defense got over quick enough, and he's going to be at the line again.
Now 3 of 3 from the free throw line in this game. Other action going on in the WAC tonight. It's Governor State University at Cornerstone. Lords at Lawrence Tech. That should be a good one. Concordia at Madonna. Santa Heights at Rochester. And UM-Dearborn, of course, here at the Schaefer Center. Folks, quick timeout. We'll be right back. You're watching Indiana Tech basketball.
You want to know what's possible at Indiana Tech? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a Warrior.
Welcome back, everyone. 12-0, Warriors on top. Great start to this game for Josh Klein, now with 8 points. 8 of his team's 12, and Indiana Tech 6 of 6 from the free throw line. On the dribble there is number 23, Mohamed Wahidi. And turnover for the Wolverines.
And that really was a great pass by Tomlinson. But it looked like Sellers just didn't have the communication with him there to find that pass and be a proper recipient of it. Now it's going to be out of bounds off of Indiana Tech, and the Wolverines going to inbound the ball now.
That's Tomlinson on the trigger. As that'll be turned over, Mckinney does a great job getting it up to Grant Smith for his first bucket from the field.
And you know, Smith does have the ability to rock the rim when he wants to. Probably the safe play there to go for the layup as he had the defender right on his back foot. But if you see an open shot like that again, don't be surprised if he goes up for it.
And they're going to call an offensive foul this time on Maurice Anderson. That'll be his second.
Yeah, it's a great play by Raj Stein to take the charge there. Oh, there we go. They got that fancy mop out now.
That is a nice looking mop. Grant Smith, a redshirt senior, 6'6", 185 pounds, out of Connorsville, Indiana. Transferred in from Indiana Wesleyan University, where he won a national championship as a freshman. 14-0. Mckinney gets it over to Klein. Raj Stein, you know, when the rest of the team felt like it was just kind of off its game against Lords, Raj Stein was playing awesome.
Yeah, I remember that. A great game from him on the inside with all those rebounds and all those points in the paint. You got to see if he's going to bring some of that today.
Raj Stein averages 6.4 rebounds per game. He's averaging 8.6 rebounds per game in conference play. Beautiful move there for Grant Smith, hitting the 13-foot jumper.
Yeah, when in that Lord's game, Grant Smith also actually had a very off game from what we're used to with him, as he's usually highly efficient and knocking down shots. I believe he went 1 for 8 in that game against Lords, and already looking much better out here today.
You know, that's a good call there. It really seems when Grant Smith is on his game is when this team's at their best.
Yeah, definitely a difference maker out on the floor.
Smith scored 18 in the win against Union, 8 in the win against Warner. His last 4 games, he scored 18, 4, 18, and 8.
Wow. And you got to believe that part of the reason why he's so important to this team is just the versatility that he has out on the floor. He's kind of in that gray area where he can play guard or forward. At 6'6", a little skinnier, but he does a great job passing, rebounding, scoring. He's all over the floor. So.
Oh, man, the women's basketball team coming off that huge win. They got the Portillo's chocolate cake over there. There's nothing better.
Yeah, it looks like they got a little bit left. Wow.
Stein coming up.
Look at that.
And, man, Wolverines need some help as they will break it.
Well, you got to think they were close that 10-second there.
Very close.
Great defensive possession there by Stein.
Tomlinson going to handle it himself. Mckinney with some suffocating defense. Tomlinson launches up a prayer, but he's fouled and will shoot 3.
Oh.
They're going to call it on Stein. Raj said, that's my bad.
No, I mean, Tomlinson lucky to get the foul there. That was really just a hope and a prayer type shot. As Indiana Tech played stifling defense there, just gave them no room to breathe all over the place right from that full court press by Stein to start the possession. So tough to see Tough to see that possession go in the way for the Wolverines.
Elwood Tomlinson entering today a 50% free throw shooter, just 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Actually, this is just his 3rd game of the year.
Lairman checking in for Indiana Tech now, along with Steve Helm.
Lairman, boy, he brings a lot of excitement here to the Schaefer Center with the rim rocking that he can bring with that 6'10" frame.
Yeah, he's a big boy. He likes to get up there.
Mckinney dazzling on the dribble. Helm's a big 3-point threat here for Indiana Tech. Nice pass by Smith. Lairman to McKinney. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Smith wide open, wing 3. Just left short. Offensive board for Lairman. Behind the back to Smith. And that'll be pulled down by number 10, Jimmy Bro, the 6'7" forward.
And beyond everything on that play for Indiana Tech, great teamwork, as you never really knew where the shot was coming from, just pass after pass. Got to think that team involvement is a big part of it for tonight, but oof.
Tomlinson, nice behind the back pass. And the trailer no good. Defensive rebound by Lairman. Tomlinson with all of his team's 5 points so far in this game.
And Salami got to be a little bit smarter there on the follow-up after that miss on the fast break. As those are important points they need right now. Easy shots under the basket as they're trying to fight back from this 12-point deficit.
Raj Stein to the line for the Warriors.
Ali Salami called with the foul. His first and the team's 6th. With 14:09 left here in the first half. That's Raj Stein at the free throw line. Raj, a 58% free throw shooter, hitting 28 of 48. Entering today's game. Drains the first. Stein drops them both. Tech now up by 14 points.
Ooh.
Warriors foul number 24, Steve Helm. His first, team 2nd.
Tomlinson out of the corner. Knocks it down. So good start to this game here for Elwood Tomlinson, the junior guard. Smith hanging in the air, goes off glass. Grant now with 8 points. Deep 3 ball. That's an air ball attempt for Ryan Len.
I don't know why Len is rushing that shot, as it's the last thing they need right now. Clumsy plays that seem rushed together. Tomlinson's hot and might as well keep feeding him. He's making those free throws, and he's knocked down a 3 as well.
Into the game now for the Warriors is Blake Davison, the freshman from Leo, Indiana. Davison has had a nice start to his career here at Indiana Tech. Gets the offensive board. Helm, no look. Lairman down low and gets tied up. Coming out with it is Munson for the Wolverines. Rising up, long 2 ball for Anderson, no good. Anderson's the team's 2nd leading scorer, averaging 12.2 points per game. Smith, baseline jumper, knocks it down.
Beautiful move there from Smith as he goes through the legs and hits a little pull-up jumper.
Not so sure anybody in the WAC's going to be able to beat Indiana Tech when Grant Smith starts off a game this hot.
Yeah, he's into the double digits now, 4 for 7 on 10 points.
Raj Stein with the steal, gives it up to Smith. And
It's got to be offensive, no?
UMD fans are definitely wanting the charge, but they're going to call a blocking foul called on Munson.
This second, team 7.
Oh, I love the Warriors, but I don't know. That seemed like they got a little lucky on that call.
That'll put Tech into the bonus. Smith, who's a perfect 2 of 2. Hits the first.
Looks like Luciani is now checking in for Raj Stein. Grant Smith is going to take one more from the line here.
Second one, no good. Rebounded by Sellers. Sellers goes 6'10" for the Wolverines. He's a senior out of Milford, Michigan. That pass can result in a turnover intended for Troy Campbell. Davison will bring it up here for Tech. Dearborn looking for the trap there at the timeline. Smith, wide open 3-ball. Halfway down, pops out. Lairman with the offensive rebound. Helm now looking for a 3. All kinds of open looks here for Indiana Tech with 11:46 left to play in the first half. From the wing, Campbell can't hit. Campbell entering today, averaging 2.4 points per game.
Great touch by the big man there as Luciani goes up and under the rim. And to get a nice little roll for the basket as he puts his team up by 18 points here now in the first half. About halfway through this first half.
Tomlinson, a fall away from 12 feet off the mark.
Great move by Lairman to pull down that rebound.
Now Davison, he'll be fouled by Campbell. Jeremy Davison will head to the free throw line to shoot a pair.
Wolverines foul number 0, Troy Campbell. His first, team's 8th. Blake Davison to the line for the Warriors.
Davison shooting 93% from the free throw line on the season, hitting 13 of 14. Some outstanding numbers. Once again, Tech will take on UNOH this Saturday. Then they'll be at Taylor University before hosting Huntington on December the 9th. So they'll play a couple Crossroads League teams before matching up with Lawrence Tech back in WAC play on December the 11th. So a lot of games on the schedule here coming up for your Warriors in the next 2 weeks.
And it looks like Tomlinson is just all over the floor for Michigan Dearborn here tonight, because he has their only 8 points on the stat sheet, and doesn't look like anybody else is helping him pull the weight right now. Also lacking on rebounds a little bit here tonight.
Sellers called with the foul, turning it over here for UMD. Mckinney walled off by Anderson. But you're right, no one else has been able to get anything going offensively. UMD just has not found their rhythm.
Yeah, talk about not finding their rhythm. UMD is 2 for 14 from the field tonight. 14.3 clip.
Long 2-ball, no good by Anderson. Luciani brings it down for your Warriors. Now he looks at the 3-ball attempt. 1-on-2, gets it off glass. Nice strong take.
And that takes skill, knowing the finesse to put on the ball to knock it off the glass from there.
And on the other end, a 3-ball for Keegan Mott.
And Mott gets his first points of the night. So Dearborn puts in another 3. Mckinney wide open, but
Contested.
Yeah, comes over quickly.
Helm, the no-look pass.
Ooh.
That 3 ball off the mark by Mckinney. On the other end, Anderson.
Yeah, it's a good call.
Charging going to be called on Maurice Anderson.
And Helm did a great job to set his feet and just take that contact and not let it phase him there, as that's going to turn out to be a turnover. An offensive foul for the Wolverines as Indiana Tech takes possession as they go up 30-11 as we have just passed the halfway point.
We got a timeout on the floor. We'll be right back after this quick break.
Tech goes by many names. Business, fine art, forensic science. Some think it's just technical. But really, tech means everything. Scholarships, internships, championships. It's professors who make time for you one-on-one. It's putting everything on the line. It can be fierce. It can be fascinating. It can be awesome. Most important, it's believing in yourself and what you have to offer the world. Because at Indiana Tech, Warriors are prepared to lead a significant life.
Welcome back, folks. 30-11. The Warriors just dominating this one early on, Tyler.
Yeah, just insane work from Indiana Tech on the glass as they're out rebounding Michigan Dearborn 17-7 with 6 offensive rebounds to Dearborn's 2. So Dearborn wants a chance of getting back into this. They got to put some work in on that glass.
Luciani from 14 feet. He now has 6.
Love to see the big man hit the jump shot.
Making it look easy.
Yeah, beautiful shot there from Luciani.
Bro with the inbounds pass over to Tomlinson. Tomlinson currently sitting with 8 points. 8 of his team's 11. The shooter right there was the other player, Keegan Mott. Hit a 3-pointer earlier on. That's your 11 points for the Wolverines.
I might call that the travel. Interesting.
Indiana Tech, as we noted, back in conference play against Lawrence Tech. Then we'll host Rio Grande December the 20th and Indiana Wesleyan December 30th. Before returning back to conference play January the 8th against Madonna. A lot of home games here in the month of December for your Warriors. Deep 3 ball. Off the mark, good rebound by the 6', 10" Bro. Excuse me, that was Sellers with the rebound.
And Sellers getting a little aggressive there. He's going to grab the reach in, and because Tech is in the bonus right now, off the insane amount of fouls that Dearborn has committed, Klein's going to go to the line.
Yeah, I think they stopped counting because they were already at 10, so I think that's number 11.
Yeah, 11 fouls, especially in comparison to Tech's 2. So and you got to wonder how much that's going to affect them moving forward throughout the rest of this first half. It'll be about 10 minutes by the end of the quarter that they'll have spent in the bonus.
Tech now in the double bonus as Klein misses the first and hits the second. Indiana Tech did open up the season with a 90-82 loss against Indiana Wesleyan. They were ranked number 9 in the country at the time, and that was in Grand Rapids, Michigan at the Mole Arena. So they'll be taking on Tech here as Tomlinson gets another 2. Tech will be taking on the Wildcats once again on December 30th here at the Schaefer Center. Three ball by Perez, rims in.
And that's Indiana Tech's first three-point make of the night. Their 5th try.
They're going to call it off on Sellers.
I'm not really sure what happened there. It looked like he made the basket. That is number 25, Munson. Looked like Munson made the basket, and then Sellers came in looking for the putback. But the ball had already gone in. So I don't know what the call is on the floor. I believe that he's just going to get 2 shots, and the original basket is not going to count.
No, the foul is on the floor, and referees had some words there for the UMD bench. Bashan Munson, a 69% free throw shooter, hitting 9 of 13 entering today.
This is a way that the Wolverines can inch their way back into this game, is get themselves to the line and convert whenever they can.
Last year, UMD did not compete in the WAC once again because of COVID. Whoa! Check out the lob to Grant Smith.
Wow. And I talked about it earlier, but there it is, the hops, the bunnies from Grant Smith. Beautiful finish on the lob from Corey Mckinney. Wow.
Yeah, Grant Smith has got that sneaky athleticism. Check this one out, folks.
I want to see that again.
McKinney on the dribble.
Oh, wow. I don't know where the defender was on Smith, as he just had such an open lane to the basket there.
Off the inbound, Raj Stein with the easy 2. Man, but Grant Smith just caught that, threw it down with 1. That was beautiful. 14-footer off the mark for Sellers. And that pass was right to Coach Polachicchio. So yeah, back during the 2020-2021 season, or excuse me, the 2019-2020 season, UM-Dearborn finished in 6th place in the WAC, a 17-14 overall record, 10-10 in conference play. It's got to be tough missing a whole season as they did a year ago.
Yeah, the unfortunate side of COVID, huge side of it has been the dismay that it's had on sports, and how much it's affected the entertainment industry over the last year. As I remember in my freshman year in 2020, it was just weird going home in the middle of the season like that. And the fact that it still has repercussions to this day is just astonishing.
Munson now 1 of 4 from the free throw line for UMD. Stein picks up his dribble at 13 feet. McKinney back to Stein, pulls up, 10-footer's good.
And that's a great play by McKinney as he picks up his 6th assist of the night on a beautiful feed to Raj Stein there.
McKinney has been awesome. Sellers with the turnaround right-handed hook. McKinney being guarded by Wahidi. Stein, three-pointer, left short. Grant Smith, fancy basketball players. McKinney loses his shoe. Perez. But you know, on the women's team, you think of Kyra Whitaker when you think of all the skills and all the moves. Grant Smith shows you a lot of that too on the floor.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of it today as well. I feel especially in this game here tonight, he's going for a lot of fancy stuff, and not to any dismay because he's making a lot of it, but a lot of flashy type passes and some hard shots, and then obviously that lob finish earlier in this half. And oh!
Lairman off the inbounds looking for the foul.
Almost got another one there.
Yeah, that pass by Grant Smith, a 180 behind the back bounce pass was sweet.
Cheeky.
Ryan Len gets his first 3 points of the game, pulls his team to within 23. Nice first half start here for Tech. Safe to say, Warriors playing their best basketball of the season, entering today with a 4-game win streak.
And it's just all the passes hitting the mark, a lot of the shots going in, and a lot of rebounds all around the floor. They've got double the rebounds of UMD with 22 to their 11.
They called that foul on Keegan Mott.
Wow. How many fouls we got now? 12?
Lairman at the free throw line. He's an 82% free throw shooter, hitting 18 of 22.
That's solid for a big man. Yeah, there it is, 12 fouls for UM-Dearborn. That's just unacceptable in a half like this.
I guess I'm just curious, does the scoreboard not go past 10?
No, I don't think it does.
Oh.
Yeah, the live stats here, we got 12.
Well, we are in the double bonus. Sellers. Mohammed Wahidi. And that's going to be a foul on Lairman, defending the entrance pass. Sellers.
His first, team fifth.
Jeremy Davison checking back in for Tech, the freshman. Helm also on the floor. Thomason's been quiet for a bit as Davison comes up with the steal, and his momentum takes him out of bounds. That's tough right there on the hustle play. But just hit the sideline.
The ref's having a little discussion about it. Now talking with the shot clock. I don't know if it's going to be counted as a turnover.
The shot clock should be reset, but I think they're going to say that Tech never had possession.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, Davison was not credited with the steal, and Tech wasn't credited with the turnover. So
9 seconds on the shot clock. Tomlinson, deep three ball. That one nearly fell.
Jeez.
Smith going the other way, 1-on-4. Oh, and Smith hits it.
Come on.
He'll head to the free throw line looking for the and one.
Unbelievable. So fast and so ferocious coming in there. He just gets that look in his eye like nobody's going to stop him as he drives down.
That was literally Smith against the whole UMD team. 1-on-4. I'll tell you what a first half here for Grant Smith. 4 of 5 from the free throw line. He's got 16 points. Three ball. Side rim's no good for Mott. And Sellers falls. He now has 4.
Number 22, Josh Klein. His first, team 6. Sellers to the line for the Wolverines, shooting and 1.
Klein called with the foul. His first in the team 6th. One more, and UMD will be in the bonus here with 3:30 left to play in the first. Sellers now with 5 points. It's his first free throw made of the season. Smith. Good job closing in on the defense by Mott. Helm on the other end, rims in.
And Helm's got himself a really smooth jumper. Looks very effortless going up there. You could tell that one was going in off the release.
Davidson this time comes up with the steal. Going coast to coast. Leads it for Klein. The two-hand slam.
Wow. And that's a rocker. The rim's still shaking. Shot clock shaking. Some power there from Josh Klein on the finish.
What a first half here. Grant Smith and Josh Klein. Both of them with some major dunks. That one right there looked like a Lukas Lairman. You're right. The shot clock was jiggling on the top of the hoop. Holy cow. So Davison here, now 2:45 left until halftime. Davison's got a wide open three. Side rim's no good. Look at that offensive board by Lairman.
Wow.
Just a man move down on the block, and he's fouled.
Junkyard Dog down in the paint, ripping down that offensive rebound and then just fighting to get himself to the line there. Great play there by Lairman to get himself some shots here at the line.
Man, Reed Sellers has 4 fouls already, and we're not even at halftime.
Jeez. Yeah, jeez. 4 fouls in 12 minutes. That's gotta tighten it up there.
Lairman continues his hot shooting from the free throw line, now 3 of 3.
Dearborn at 14 fouls now on the game.
Wow. You always get worried about mentioning that stuff, the broadcaster's jinx, but Lairman breaks the jinx. He's 4 of 4 now from the free throw line. Ryan Len.
Great close there. Beautiful.
Rebounded by Perez. Perez on the other end, double team. Klein with the skip pass. Good save there by Davison. Davison wide open for 3. Knocks it down.
Yeah, and Davison's one of the top shooters on this team, and I can't imagine that UM-Dearborn can be happy with that miss, or with that defensive upset, rather.
Perez walled off on the baseline. Fall away is good. He's now got 5. Perez, a nice shooter as well here for your Warriors. Maurice Anderson's 3 ball off the mark.
And a great box out there by Josh Klein to make sure that Dearborn's not picking up that offensive board.
Klein with the skip pass over to Helm.
Ooh, wow.
Helm's got a 3-pointer made, that one off the mark.
Yeah, a bit of a heat check there, as really no need to go up for that shot, but they're in a position to be taking some shots like that right now.
Bunny's missed there by Bro. Bounce pass goes down to Helm.
What a feed. Oh, too bad that one can't fall for Tech, as that was a great pass by Helm.
39 seconds left. A 13-second difference between the game and the shot.
Oh.
And now look at Anderson as he steps on the baseline.
Good hustle there by Anderson to get the ball, but can't quite finish that play.
Maurice Anderson now with 4 points.
A lot of skip passes by Tech in the last couple minutes. Looks like Dearborn just leaving too many players open on the wing.
Shot clock and game clock are virtually the same. See if Davison takes the last shot here for the Warriors. Cradled it off the mark. Campbell on the other end gets a shot off.
Ooh.
And off the heel, no good. So that's going to do it for the first half. Warriors dominating, up 59-26. Folks, we'll take a break. We'll be right back with you after 9 minutes. You're watching Indiana Tech basketball on Summit City Sports.
Want to know the difference between dreaming and doing? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a warrior. Want to know what it means to be a warrior? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and walk a mile in a warrior's shoes. Tech goes by many names. Business, fine art, forensic science. Some think it's just technical. But really, tech means everything. Scholarships, internships, championships. It's professors who make time for you one-on-one. It's putting everything on the line. It can be fierce. It can be fascinating. It can be awesome. Most important, it's believing in yourself and what you have to offer the world. Because at Indiana Tech, warriors are prepared to lead a significant life.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
My name is Keen Ching.
I am Solomon Long. We are electrical engineering students at Indiana Tech and will be graduating May of 2021.
For electrical engineering, I gained an interest through robotics in high school, actually. And I got to know the mechanical engineering side of robotics, then I got to learn the electrical side, and I kind of learned that I like the electrical side a little better than the mechanical side.
I actually relate it back to cooking when I was younger. Find the meal that I like, tear it apart, and figure out what aspect about it that I liked and see if I could recreate it at home. And I sort of took that logical mindset of taking something that's interesting, breaking it apart, and putting it back together. And I found out then that that's basically what engineering is. So we decided to pursue this project because it was sort of interesting. It was definitely difficult, but we hadn't seen somebody else do this before.
Well, our project is basically a human detection device that detects human footsteps within a certain radius. The general functionality of our device is it takes in frequency waves from anything around, and then we coded it onto the device where it just calculates and filters out anything that's not a footstep. And then from there, it just kind of calculates where the location is through a neat function called multilateration, which is a whole math theory and everything.
Yeah, so the process itself basically just takes data from a person walking around. It takes that data mixed with all the noise from the environment and filters it out using the code and filters the device itself, determines what signal is actually a person versus what was noise, then uses the delay between all of the sensors to find out where that person is located.
From my knowledge, the marketability of this product would be more towards the security side and marketing side, actually. So for security side, it's more of a discrete surveillance system versus like a camera in a room where someone can see it, versus our sensing device that you can put under like a table where nobody can see it. And then it can also do like heat mapping and population traffic to determine like in a room where the most visited places.
So during the first semester of Senior Project, or Senior Project 1, we basically were just going through research, trying to figure out what project we actually wanted to talk about, what project we wanted to do. Once the project was decided, then the rest of the semester was research. And then Senior Project 2 is where we actually really started going through and building the device.
We had the components that we wanted, and then we just went in with design iterations. We went in with all kind of just trial and error, trying to make something work, spending hours and hours in this lab.
So to break the process down to actually manufacture our device, what we decided to do was first start with what sensors we needed, what microcontrollers we needed, how we were going to hook everything up. To actually assemble the project, first we decided on how big the project was going to be, how much room it should take up, got all the dimensions of all the components, the microcontroller, the sensors, the chip, all of that, the battery. Then took that design, wired all the controllers and everything up onto a prototyping board, the filters, the microcontroller, the sensors, put it all together, and then just kind of temporarily mounted it to the device to actually prototype.
And then for the actual functionality of making all these components work together, it kind of was just all cored into the coding, which we used for coding MATLAB and also C coding. And then from that, we used kurtosis, which is kind of like a probabilities and statistics theory. Then from that, we used the time of arrivals and the time difference of arrivals of the actual wave. And then from that, we took that data in and put into multilateration, which is kind of like the core bread and butter of the entire project, where it determined where the location of that person was from the time differences of the wave to the sensors. I would say for issues that we've encountered and kind of just failures and prototypes, it became very apparent that the time difference and having everything really close was kind of an issue. And then we decided for our last prototype that we built was going to be increasing the distance between the sensors so that we didn't have to work as close with the time differences.
Yeah, a lot of our device revolved around that time difference of arrival or time of arrivals. Mm-hmm. And that ended up, the faster that we could sample, the more accurate we'd be able to actually take that data.
Overall, at least for me, what I used from my other classes for this project was coding skills. I also learned that drawing schematics and just drawing out ideas and just throwing out ideas end up creating better ideas than trying to find that perfect idea to start with. For me, on a personal level, I'm very much a computer science guy. I really like to code. So being able to see my code that I wrote actually do what I want is always fulfilling in itself.
When the project was done, that first moment there, just feeling that huge thing, it works.
Yeah.
And as soon as it worked, that was just that was super, super fun.
Yeah.
I really appreciated Indiana Tech for a lot of the professors that have been around. I know Zach, Rumsey, Professor Byers. All three of them have been huge supports. They've been super encouraging. They've been super nice. Having them help, that was definitely something that I really appreciated about Tech. As excited as I am to graduate, I will miss all the friends and all the teachers that I have, but I am ready to move on and to continue working in the actual industry where I can not just better myself, but potentially create something to better someone else.
For me, as much as I've enjoyed my time at Tech, I would like to just be able to take this opportunity to use this as a stepping stone for my next step in life, which is going to be starting my career and using what I've learned here to be able to better the world.
You want to know what's possible at Indiana Tech? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a warrior. You want to know what's possible at Indiana Tech? Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a warrior.
Welcome back, everybody. What a first half there for your Warriors. Up 59-26 in that first half. Grant Smith led all scorers with 16 points. Raj Stein had 6, 2 for Corey Mckinney, 5 for Max Perez, 4 for Lukas Lyskey. Blake Davison with 5 points, 12 points for Josh Klein, 6 for Jeremy Luciani, and 3 points for Steve Helm. for the UMD Wolverines, it was 10 points for Elwood Tomlinson, 3 for Keegan Mott, 4 for Maurice Anderson, 3 for Ryan Lynn, 5 for Reed Sellers, and 1 point for Vashon Munson. Tyler, I tell you what, Grant Smith has come to play today for Indiana Tech. This is that one-hand lob slam from the baseline from Corey Mckinney. But what a great game by Smith so far.
Just outstanding on all points as he's leading the team in scoring, and really 16 points in 15 minutes is some pretty efficient play as he's 6 for 11, 54.5% from the field. Also got himself 4 or 5 free throws, and yeah, he's just looking like we were talking about it earlier. He's just looking super confident out there today.
And he's hungry. Look at him attacking here, 1-on-4.
Exactly.
And finishes with a beautiful touch. I mean, he's just looking to prove to something to these fans here at the Schaefer Center.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just looking like he's showing off out there at points with some beautiful passes and that obviously those dunks and the M1 play. He's just really, like you said, trying to make a point of himself tonight.
Check out that steal by Davison. You know, earlier, about 1 minute before that play right there, he had another, what looked to be a steal, but then stepped on the sideline. They ended up giving the ball back to UMD with 10 seconds on the shot clock. But Davidson's been a real factor in this game. He's already got a three-pointer under his belt and 2 free throws made. But there with the steal, goes coast to coast and leaves it up for Klein. Look at this rim rocker.
Yeah, this is the one by Klein? Yeah. Wow.
So it looks like Indiana Tech's going to win their 5th straight game in a row. And something about that Lord's game right there. These guys are playing like their hair is on fire. We talk about that Lord's game, opened up the broadcast with it. Indiana Tech was up by 8 points at the half, ended up losing 74-65. But after that, you travel to Rochester and win it 61-57. And then at Aquinas, 60-49. Both of those are conference victories. And then at the show, down in Kingsport, Tennessee, winning it 67-50 over Union and 58-54 over Warner.
And you're reading those scores, and I'm looking at it, and it looks like all those games, Tech was roughly around 60 points on total for the entirety of the game. Tech's looking at 59 points right now, so already looking way more efficient and aggressive on the offensive side. And who knows where this point total is going to stop tonight.
Well, folks, we'll be right back after this quick break, and we'll bring in the second half.
Tech goes by many names. Business, fine art, forensic science. Some think it's just technical. But really, tech means everything. Scholarships, internships, championships. It's professors who make time for you one-on-one. It's putting everything on the line. It can be fierce. It can be fascinating. It can be awesome. Most important, it's believing in yourself and what you have to offer the world. Because at Indiana Tech, Warriors are prepared to lead a significant life. You want to know what's possible at Indiana Tech? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech.
We are back, everyone. You know, Indiana Tech shooting 72% from the free throw line on the season, and they were getting to the free throw line quite often that first half, Tyler.
Oh, yeah, unbelievable there. 18 for 21 off of all those fouls that UM-Dearborn was committing. So that put them at a 85.7 clip on the half, which is just outstanding.
Max Perez, who had a 3-ball in the first half and 5 points, hits his first 3-pointer of the second half. Rising up on the other end was Maurice Anderson, but cannot hit.
And Tech has a lot of guys in the scoring column right now with 9 guys with at least a couple points on the board. Playing some great team basketball out there.
The UM-Dearborn played out at Mount Vernon Naz back on the 16th in November. Ooh. That shot cannot fall. And they only lost that game 86-63. So Perez is going to be called with the foul, but like I said, if Indiana Tech plays this way against just about anybody, they're going to win.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to deny that. The defense is just all over them, and offensively, just look at that, just finding open lanes. And there's Grant Smith again on the lob.
Another lob. Corey McKinney to Grant Smith with the slam.
Great connection between those two. I believe that is McKinney's either 7th or 8th assist of the night. Stats haven't quite updated there, but great play to find the crashing Grant Smith for easy bucket there.
You're right, man. Those guys have a bond right there. Just know where each other are on the floor. The inbounds pass, they'll get it into Bro. Quiet first half for Bro as he hits his first jumper. That is his first 2 points of the game. On the other
there
end.
It is. There's another one of those no-look passes by Grant Smith that he's been dishing away all game.
He has been dazzling in this game. McKinney finds Smith.
There's another one.
Perez, 3-ball.
Oh!
Back rim's no good. Going the other way, Tomlinson. Wahili, and that one falls. Mohamed Wahidi with his first 3 points of the game.
Oh.
Perez knocks it down.
A beautiful play by Perez and Smith there as Perez goes up, pumps, draws a defender. Smith does the same, sends it back to Perez, and Perez gets an easy 3-point bucket. And I do know that Smith and Perez are good friends off the court, spend a lot of time together, so you gotta wonder if that's a big part of the chemistry that those two share as well.
Well, Perez now has 11 points in this game. Once again, he's just a sophomore. Last year made the all-freshman team. That one won't fall. The putback was nearly good by Grant Smith.
Oh.
And finally, Klein finishes it up.
And and there's a steal. Raj Stein. Oh, my gosh.
You know, you start to get the feeling that Grant Smith's just kind of toying with this team.
That's what I wanted to say it, but I didn't want to say it. Smith, he's throwing those no looks. He's great pump fakes, taking the shots all over the place, but can you blame them on that last play? Dearborn had, I believe, 2 turnovers, and they allowed 3 offensive rebounds from Indiana Tech in about 4 seconds. So with stats like that, you can't argue that Grant Smith can't take some time to shine here.
Perez hits double-digit scoring for the first time since he scored 12 points at Concordia.
A smart timeout there from Polachiccio as Dearborn takes a timeout.
Perfect time here to watch this dunk one more time. And back on November 13th, Indiana Tech winning at 78-73 at Concordia.
What is that lob?
Well, there's McKinney. McKinney does such a good job of getting behind the defense. You know, let's check it out one more time here. As he'll get the ball, Perez finds him, drew all 3 defenders to him.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Grant Smith was just trailing over there by his own.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why these two work so well together, right? Because, like you said, Mckinney drew all 3 of the defenders on one side, and it's because he also has the skill to finish in a fast break situation like that. So everybody's covering him, and nobody's looking at Smith.
Tomlinson drains the 3 with a hand in his face.
Yeah, that's a
Second
tough make.
three-pointer of the game. No doubt that was a tough make. That's the thing about Grant Smith, is he may not look like he's as athletic as McKinney, but, man, he's super athletic down there on the floor.
He gets around fast, and he's got that big 6'6" build. He does a great job at contesting a lot of shots and at least being a menace to the offense.
McKinney hanging in the air as his shot blocked.
Ooh.
Smith. Kind of reminds you of the Harlem Globetrotters, you know? Watching Grant play out there with the bunny.
I was going to say Showtime Lakers. Looking like Magic Johnson out there.
Grant Smith now has 20 points in this game.
Tomlinson also having himself, although Dearborn not having the greatest game, he's shooting 5 for 11, 16 points. You cannot place any of that blame for this deficit on Romelson.
Raj Stein with the bunny. Grant Smith's season high is 24 points at Cornerstone back on November the 10th.
It's a high IQ play there from number 10. Bro is that ball was definitely going to be out of bounds off of UM-Dearborn, but Bro manages to catch it midair and toss it off the foot of Lairman and out of bounds. So Dearborn going to retain possession here.
Maurice Anderson in the lane.
Wow. Great play there by Anderson to get around Grant Smith, as Smith had some great contest on that shot.
Perez been dialing it up. Look at that dart. Back over to Smith. It's a two-man game.
Yeah.
Stein goes back to Perez. 3-ball. What? With the putback slam! Grant Smith!
That was unbelievable. The putback dunk on top of the man. Just outstanding play from Grant Smith.
Grant Smith is in another stratosphere at this point.
That was insane.
Helm out of the corner, knocks it down. We're all hitting three-pointers.
Tech firing on all cylinders out here in the second half, up 39 points. He got 80 points on the night with 14 minutes left to play.
And Tomlinson going to be called with the travel. Munson going to check back in for UMD. Smith just 2 points away from tying his season high in points scored. Lairman kicks it out. 3-ball, and Smith does it. That's a new season high.
Assist, Lukas Lyskey.
Grant Smith is feeling it today here at the Schaefer Center. That putback slam was nasty.
That's got to be one of the best dunks I've ever seen here in the Schaefer Center.
Yeah, and his one hand off the lob was sick in the first half.
Not to mention the other lob that he finished here at the beginning of the second half as well. He's just been all over the place, put on a dunk show.
Prez finds Lairman in low post and call the foul on number 24, Sellers. He's gone. That's his fifth.
And the thing that Tech is doing so well right now is recognizing the mistakes that Dearborn is making and just tossing the rock all around the arc. Just pass after pass, looking for that open man, being patient, and just shooting when the time really arises.
Kick out. Smith on the wing. Oh!
My God.
So pretty.
Grant Smith with the hot hand. He's now up to 28 points on the night. 11 for 19 shooting, 2 for 5 from the three-point arc.
Tell you what, you just feed the beast.
Yes, sir. And that's what we said at the beginning of the game. Grant heated up a little bit, and we immediately said that if Grant Smith is hitting, it's tough to beat this Tech team.
Yeah, and that's what I walked away with from that Lord's game. It almost seems like for this team to play at an elite level, Smith needs to be on his game.
Yeah, exactly, because there's a lot of guys on this team that are very consistent, grab the rebounds, score the right amount of points on a nightly basis, but there's not anybody on this lineup that can heat up quite like Smith.
Yeah, it's well said right there. So Munson going to take his time picking it up. His team down by 40. At this point, they need every second they can maintain. Helm. Wow, up to Smith. What? With the double pump. Behind the back slam.
Wow. This Smith just over and over, just looking like Michael Jordan out here tonight, dunk after dunk after dunk. I believe that's his 4th of the night. Just.
Meanwhile, Tomlinson has 22. He's filling it up. We won't talk about that. Grant Smith's got 30 now.
You can just see it. He wants more. He's not.
Yeah.
He's not satisfied with 30.
Helm in the lane. Man, can we get to some of these replays, please? Check this out.
And if you see there,
He just did a double pump.
the double clutch. That's that's unbelievable. And like the underrated part about that play was not just the dunk by Smith, but the steal and teamwork to set up that fast break.
And then the putback here off the press miss. Collected it with the left and then went to the right. Luciani misses from 6 feet. That's impressive.
Impressive doesn't begin to explain how insane those last couple baskets were.
That's number 12 out of the corner, Ali Salami. Spin move. And I think Davison's going to be called with the foul.
Is this going to go on Davison? I was about to say, if they're calling that on Lairman, then I don't know about that one.
Yeah, they're calling that on Lairman.
Yeah. See, I think he went straight up on that one, but obviously he's having some dialogue with the ref, all smiles as they're up by 40, but I think he knows and the ref should know that he went straight up on that one. And number 3 for Dearborn, Mott, kind of sold the play there.
First free throw attempt of the season's a miss by Mott, and the second as well. Davison looking down low. Munson, quick defense, nice hands. As Munson comes up with the steal. On the other end, 16-footer, knocks it down. Munson's first bucket from the field. Baseline jumper by Lairman, too strong. Possession to stay with Tech here. And we got a timeout. Going to be called by the Wolverines. That's a full timeout. We'll be right back after this quick break.
Tech goes by many names. Business, fine art, forensic science. Some think it's just technical. But really, tech means everything. Scholarships, internships, championships. It's professors who make time for you one-on-one. It's putting everything on the line. It can be fierce. It can be fascinating. It can be awesome. Most important, it's believing in yourself and what you have to offer the world. Because at Indiana Tech, Warriors are prepared to lead a significant life.
Welcome back, everyone. Why not? Because we have time. Check out Smith, just patient coming in. You see him grab it with the left. Can we slow-mo that one time for you guys? Check out Smith and the body control here to hang in the air. Picks it with the left, comes back to the right with a two-hander. It's good stuff right there. Smith sitting with a season-high 30 points right now. And Tyler's going to go through to see if that's a career high here at Indiana Tech. Of course, it would be a lot easier if the NEI would have never switched over from the DAC Stats program. But now, you know, got to put in a lot more work. I cannot understand that. They had something good going there. Not so much.
So it looks like on January 13th, 2021, he did score 30 points. So see if he gets any more minutes here in this game to see if he can crack his career high. Doubt he will with the lead that they have right now. But
Ali Salami going to call with his second foul. Lairman wants to get into the action. He can bring the, look at that, Lukas Lairman with the one-hander.
Over and over, Tech just giving UM-Dearborn nothing here.
And the jumper short by Campbell. On the other end, Helm.
Got to think Helm wanted a piece of it there.
Campbell rises up for three. Front rim's out. Luciani with the rebound. Lairman one more time.
He was going for it.
Jimmy Bro is not having it, man. Not having it. Let's check out Lairman. You knew that this was coming.
Foul number 10, Jimmy Bro, his third, team's fourth.
Lairman just cocks back there with the right hand.
Warriors shooting two.
Just insane work on the dunks here for Tech today. UM-Dearborn got to work on closing those lanes to the rim and not giving them those looks under the basket.
Checking into the game will be number 11, Jack Luciani. The junior forward is 6'7". Jeremy goes 6'8". And the block down low for Jack. A lot of size here on this Tech roster. Lairman at 6'10". He's the tallest. Klein at 6'9". Luciani 6'8" and 6'7".
Assist, Murray Sanderson.
Jimmy Bro now with 6 points all in the second half here. Everybody wants to dunk it. See Davison going up for the dunk. Tomlinson. He's going to head to the free throw line on Davison with the foul.
Warriors foul number 20, Blake Davison. His first, team 6.
Tomlinson a perfect 3 of 3. He was fouled early in the first half on that three-pointer.
There it is.
Three ball is good for Jeremy Davison.
And it's awesome to see now that even with Tech's starters off the floor and relying on some of the bench players, that the teamwork and the ball movement hasn't gone away.
No, and this team's about to score its season-high team total on the season. Three ball, another one. This time, Tyler Canfield. Everybody's hitting threes. On the other end, Munson drains a triple. It's like Golden State in here tonight.
Splash City.
The lob. It goes back to Canfield.
Got a little excited there.
Canfield's out of Bloomfield Hills, Michigan.
Oh, and a block there on the three-point attempt.
Staying with it, though, was Tomlinson.
And Indiana Tech now has 11 guys in the point column on the stat sheet here tonight.
You love to see it. How many guys have three-pointers made? What's the three-point shooting percentage here? Let's see.
We're looking at 43.5% for Tech. 10 for 23 shooting.
Dearborn shooting 43%.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Definitely not. Just points in the paint is where they're getting killed tonight. As Tech has 34 field goal made to Michigan Dearborn's 22. You can see where that glaring difference is coming from. Ooh.
Nice strong take by Mohamed Wahidi. Just couldn't finish. Canfield, strong first step. Tomlinson knocks it down.
Three-point basket by Elwood Tomlinson. Ryan Lang with the assist.
They may be losing by 34 points, but Tomlinson's having a good time. Tomlinson now at 29. Now the steal. His first steal of the game.
Pull up, wow.
Nice, down another three ball.
And as I mentioned earlier,
He's got 6 three-pointers made here in the second half. He's 7 of 8 in this game.
Yeah, and 32 points. He's actually leading the game in scoring right now. As I mentioned earlier, he cannot be the blame for Dearborn's struggles here tonight.
He is a scorer as you see him stepping into those three balls.
Yeah, transition three like that is something you do not see a lot.
7 of 8 from beyond the arc. Entering today a 55% three-point shooter. I mean, he's a straight shooter.
7 for 8 is ridiculous.
I would look for Tomlinson to be all-conference this year. Maybe not first team, but man, the way he can fill it up.
Yeah, it's tough to go on that first all-conference if your team isn't supporting you and getting those wins, but definitely he's got to be some sort of honorable mention with point totals like that.
Rebound by Maurice Anderson. Anderson rises up. You've been watching Tomlinson do it. It looks so easy. Heck, I feel like I could make that shot.
Yeah, I don't even know if a lot of the guys on the floor can make that the shots that he's making tonight.
Stepping up into the D, too. Timeout here. We'll be right back, folks. You're watching Indiana Tech basketball here on Summit City Sports.
You want to know what's possible at Indiana Tech? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a warrior. You want to know what's possible at Indiana Tech? Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a warrior.
Welcome back, everyone. 99-66. Indiana Tech putting this game away early. Warriors had a 20-point lead about 6 minutes into this one. Some other big games going on in the WAC, most notably Lawrence Tech and Lourdes. Lourdes had the lead early on in that one as Munson cannot hit on the fast break. On the other end, they're going to have to foul Lukas Lyskey. Lyskey is about to throw that one down.
Wolverines foul number 10. Jimmy Burrow, his fourth.
But over at Lawrence Tech,
Lukas Lyskey to
it's
line.
Lourdes losing it, 81-75. So they were down early, Lawrence Tech was, but tied it up at 42 at the break. And Lawrence Tech outscoring Lourdes 39-33 in the second half. That's a good win there for Lawrence Tech. They'll improve to 5-1 in conference play. Cornerstone taking on Governor State University. Ooh, long three-pointer by Wahidi. Tomlinson's back in. He's trying to get 40. As that pass stolen. Tomlinson, 10 of 18 from the field. More importantly, 7 of 8 from beyond the arc. See, he's trailing on the play because he's waiting for a pass. Let the defense all go down the block. Lyskey gives it up. Lukas Lyskey's a sophomore forward, 6'8", from Spring Lake, Michigan. A lot of guys from Michigan on the roster. Of course, Coach Albert played college ball at Cornerstone. He was a longtime assistant there. Cornerstone's one of the premier men's basketball programs in NAI. I think it's 3 national championships. They had one of the best players the NAI has ever seen. Oh, what was his name? He just graduated a couple years ago. During that 2018 year when Wesleyan won the national championship. It'll come to me.
Maurice Anderson to the line, shooting 2.
Anderson to the line. His first free throws of the night. He misses his first.
Boy, I want to remember that player's name without having to look it up. It was. They had 2 bigs. That was just awesome. Approaching 4 minutes left to play in this game. Good job down low, but they're going to call charge on Taryn Kinsway.
Tech now with 8 fouls in this quarter, or in this half rather.
Kyle Staginga, that's it. That's who it was. Good player over there, no doubt about it. And an errant pass. Results in a turnover. Legendary coach Kim Elders over at Cornerstone. Lyskey.
Woo! Nice little turnaround from the sophomore.
Just inside the elbow.
Yeah, great one. And with that last basket, Indiana Tech now has their season high point total with 102. We still got 3 minutes 42 seconds left to play, so keep an eye on it to see what they set for the new season high.
That's outstanding.
Truly is.
Foul's called on Kinsway. Goes 6'5". It's from Delaware, Ohio.
Ooh, looked like he was going to lob it there. And a nice make there for Luciani. Jack Luciani, that is.
Tyler Campbell.
He's got 4 points in this game. Tomlinson. 3-point attempt off the heel for Mott. Luciani over to Jeremy Davison. Canfield, step back 3 ball. Back rim, no good. Maurice Anderson, too strong. Luciani with the no look. 3 ball. Ooh. Davison, no good.
And the Tech starters showing their bench some love. They're on the sideline now. Just about every play going up, a 3-pointer goes up or a drive comes in, the Tech players are on their feet supporting. It just shows how this team has love for all its players through and through.
Over and back violation.
Ooh, that's a deep one.
Lyskey just off the mark. That was tracked down.
Whoa!
Kinsway. Yeah, Lyskey loving it for the bench.
Oh, jeez. Dunk after dunk after dunk for Indiana Tech tonight. And ooh, seems like every time Tech throws up a dunk, they come back with a little pull-up 3 in transition. Oh.
And Anderson going to be called with the charge.
Full range foul number 5, Maurice Anderson. His 5th, team's 8th.
Anderson, his foul, or 5th foul. 2 guys fouled out now. So 145. Woo. Folks, Indiana Tech is going to improve its record to 8-4 overall and 4-2 in the WAC, as Dearborn will fall to 1-7 overall, 1-4 in the WAC.
And you could tell this game was going to go Tech's way ever since they started the game with that, I believe it was a 17-0 run to start. It's just from that point on, it just didn't look like Dearborn had any opportunity of coming back.
Yeah, and Klein was phenomenal to start this game. And Smith just took over, so we're going to head down. Tyler's going to get you an interview with our player of the game, Grant Smith. Smith with a season high, and look at that strong finish
Assist, Jeremy Davidson.
by Taryn Kinsway.
His 3rd, team's 9th. Kinsway to the line for the Warriors.
Go over the scoring here. Tomlinson, 32 points. Anderson with 10. 6 for Bro. Len has 3. 6 for Munson. 6 for Mott. 3 for Wahidi. And Sellers has 5. For Indiana Tech, Grant Smith, the season high 30 points. That ties a career high. 10 points for Stein. 2 for Mckinney. 11 for Perez. Number 22, Josh Klein with 14 points. 3 for Canfield. 6 for number 11, Jack Luciani. 3 for Jeremy Davison. 7 for Lairman. Blake Davison with 5. 3 for Kinsway. Number 23, Jeremy Luciani had 6 points. Helm with 6 points. And Lyskey with 5, including that monster 2-hand slam. Lairman with 7 points to go with 10 rebounds in this game. Tech will extend its winning streak. That's a nice 3 by Bro. But Tech will extend its winning streak to 5 wins in a row. Once again, now 8-4 on the season, 4-2 in conference play. It's an outstanding win here for the Warriors. And up next for Indiana Tech, we'll be right here at the Schaefer Center against UNOH. We'll have the coverage 3 o'clock this Saturday. Right beforehand will be the women's game.
All right, here with Grant Smith coming off a fantastic game. You're putting on a dunk show tonight, putbacks, lob finishes, you had a double clutch there. Which one was your favorite there tonight?
I'm going to say the alley-oop was my favorite. We were just on the fly, bringing the ball up, and Corey told me to go baseline. He was going to throw me a lob when he went middle, and it literally just happened how he said it would, so that was pretty special.
That's awesome, man. So fun to watch. And why don't you walk us through like what's going through your mind in those situations when you're going up to the rack?
Just a lot of practice usually helps me. When I'm up in the air, I can normally read which side of the rim it's coming off, so I'm just trying to read if it's going to go left or right and just time it up and get one off the rim.
Ooh, makes sense. All right, you tied your career high, 30 points today. Did you come in today looking to score like you did, or did you just heat up and kind of roll with it?
I was trying to let the game come to me. I missed the first couple shots and hit a couple mid-range shots and layups to get me going, and then my teammates just creating for me. I got to give that to my teammates. They were creating for me and getting me open looks.
Yeah, well, you're looking good together tonight. So you're a redshirt senior this year for Tech. What's your biggest goal as a veteran on this team?
Well, we've been talking about it. We're taking the season one step at a time, trying not to look too far ahead. We're trying to win regular season conference, and then the conference championship, and then hopefully nationals after that.
That's awesome, bro. That's awesome. I love it. You keep playing like that, sky's the limit.
Thank you.
Cool. All right. Have a good one there.
Thanks.
Yes, that's Grant Smith. 30 points. What a game he had. And I'm telling you what, when Grant Smith's on his game, this is not an easy win here with Coach Ted Albert and the Indiana Tech squad. Coach Albert now with 101 wins throughout his career. So, folks, thanks so much for joining us once again this Saturday. The women play at 1 o'clock versus UNOH, men at 3. Come join us here at the Schaefer Center. You've been watching Indiana Tech basketball here on Summit City Sports. Have a wonderful rest of your week, everybody.
Want to know the difference between dreaming and doing? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a Warrior. Want to know what it means to be a Warrior? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and walk a mile in a Warrior's shoes. Tech goes by many names. Business, fine art, forensic science. Some think it's just technical. But really, tech means everything. Scholarships, internships, championships. It's professors who make time for you one-on-one. It's putting everything on the line. It can be fierce. It can be fascinating. It can be awesome. Most important, it's believing in yourself and what you have to offer the world. Because at Indiana Tech, Warriors are prepared to lead a significant life.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
My name is Keen Ching.
I am Solomon Long. We are electrical engineering students at Indiana Tech and will be graduating May of 2021.
For electrical engineering, I gained an interest through robotics in high school, actually. And I got to know the mechanical engineering side of robotics, then I got into the electrical side, and I kind of learned that I like the electrical side a little better than the mechanical side.
I actually relate it back to cooking when I was younger. Find a meal that I like, tear it apart, and figure out what aspect about it that I liked and see if I could recreate it at home. And I sort of took that logical mindset of taking something that's interesting, breaking it apart, and putting it back together. And I found out then that that's basically what engineering is. So we decided to pursue this project because it was sort of interesting. It was definitely difficult, but we hadn't seen somebody else do this before.
Well, our project is basically a human detection device that detects human footsteps within a certain radius. The general functionality of our device is it takes in frequency waves from anything around, and then we coded it onto the device where it just calculates and filters out anything that's not a footstep. And then from there, it just kind of calculates where the location is through a neat function called multilateration, which is a whole math theory and everything.
Yeah, so the process itself basically just takes data from a person walking around. It takes that data mixed with all the noise from the environment and filters it out using the code and filters the device itself, determines what signal is actually a person versus what was noise, then uses the delay between all of the sensors to find out where that person is located.
From my knowledge, the marketability of this product would be more towards the security side and marketing side, actually. So for security side, it's more of a discrete surveillance system versus like a camera in a room where someone can see it, versus our sensing device that you can put under like a table where nobody can see it. And then it can also do like heat mapping and population traffic to determine like in a room where the most visited place is.
So during the first semester of Senior Project, or Senior Project 1, we basically were just going through research, trying to figure out what project we actually wanted to talk about, what project we wanted to do. Once the project was decided, then the rest of the semester was research. And then Senior Project 2 is where we actually really started going through and building the device.
We had the components that we wanted, and then we just went in with design iterations. We went in with all kind of just trial and error, trying to make something work, spending hours and hours in this lab.
So to break the process down to actually manufacture our device, what we decided to do was first start with what sensors we needed, what microcontrollers we needed, how we were going to hook everything up. To actually assemble the project, first we decided on how big the project was going to be, how much room it should take up, got all the dimensions of all the components, the microcontroller, the sensors, the chip, all of that, the battery. Then took that design,